Hi, I'm Silodah and welcome back to my channel. Today is very exciting because I am filming my very first vlog here in Austria. I am going to the Mirabell Palace with my roommate and it is so lovely. There's all of these gardens and sculptures and fountains, so that's what I'm going to show you guys today.
To have someone right beside me, now I can find in my phone screen. It's tiring, just wanna feel something. Lonely nights talking the pixels. I don't go out, don't intermix with the crowd, and I wonder why I'm sitting all alone, staring at my phone. Or I just want a connection. Is that so hard to ask for? I just want something that's real, that's alive. Don't want no white noise on the other line. I just want a connection. Is that so hard to ask for? I just want something that's real, that's alive. Don't want no phone static, phone static, oh. Phone static, oh. I'm tired of being by myself, but it's better for my mental health. I do not like anybody here, so why do I care? I tell myself that I just need to have someone right beside me, or else I'm nothing. But for me, I'd rather be alone than with some people that I don't know. Lonely nights talking the pixels. I don't go out, don't intermix with the crowd, and I wonder why I'm sitting all alone, staring at my phone. Or I just want a connection. Is that so hard to ask for? I just want something that's real, that's alive. Don't want no white noise on the other line. I just want a connection. Is that so hard to ask for? I just want something that's real, that's alive. Don't want no phone static, oh. Text messages on.
So we're back from the palace and now I want to tell you about basically all the mishaps that me and my roommate had on just getting here. So I ended up checking one bag and then just having one carry-on and then a backpack, and then my roommate ended up checking 2 bags and having 1 carry-on suitcase. So keep that in mind because that is very important. So we had to take one flight from North Carolina to Washington, D.C., and that flight was delayed by 10 minutes, okay? So we thought that we were gonna have like enough time between that flight to Washington, D.C. to Vienna, because it was only like an hour and a half, okay? But we were like, that's fine. But the thing is, because our flight before was delayed by 10 minutes, and also the fact that we had to fly into Dulles Airport, and that airport is huge, okay? We had to take a shuttle from one terminal to another terminal. We ended up having to run through the airport just to make our flight, okay? And right before we got on the plane, we stopped by really quick just to get some food because my roommate kept talking about how the food on the airplane was gonna be like not good. And I know I'm a very picky eater, so I decided to trust her, okay? So at the last minute, literally the last ones on the plane, we're rushing with this food and we're, giving the people our boarding passes, and both of ours are just like blinking red. They just keep declining. So I'm freaking out and we have to go to like the help desk. So we go there and they get out our passports and like start looking at our visas, and so everything seems like it's fine. My roommate goes through, she gets on the plane, mine keeps blinking red. My ticket, my boarding pass keeps blinking red, okay? So then it turns out it's only because I had like an exit seat, and I was like, okay, this is fine, that is fine. I think I was like so weird on the plane ride because every single time like a flight attendant asked me if I wanted anything, I was like, oh no. I was just very like hyped up still, but the person sitting next to me was so nice. He helped me like put my carry-on up, and since I was in a exit row, he also helped me when I wanted to get things like mid-flight. He was really nice, so that was fine, okay? When we get to Vienna, that's when I decide that I'm going to exchange my like USD for euros, because I didn't end up getting any euros because I procrastinated, I waited too long, and I just didn't have any euros. So in Vienna, there was a, what's it called, like an interchange place where I could get some euros. But the thing is, I took $650 in American dollars, right? And the guy told me at the interchange place that he'd only be able to give me 530 euros. But he was like, the exchange rate is probably better in the city. So I was like, okay, it's fine. Once we get to the city, I'll be able to, get my euros, and that will be that. Hey, I'm just popping in because I realized I never circled back to the significance of me not being able to transfer my dollars into euros. So basically, over like the next 4 days that I was here, I could not find a place to like exchange my money. So I basically had to end up using my roommate's money because she transferred her dollars into euros before even getting here. So yeah, that was not great because on Sundays, everything in like Germany and Austria are like closed down. So like there was no banks that were open. So we made sure to go grocery shopping the day before, right? So after we were done grocery shopping, we literally only had $15 euros to our name. Literally, because we were both trying not to use our like credit cards because we didn't want to get charged like that fee that we would have to pay, if we're making like international payments. So since we're off the plane now, we're at the, I keep forgetting what it's called. We're at the place where all the checked bags are like going around and you just have to grab yours. So my roommate's suitcase comes, like her 2 suitcases come off the thing like fairly early, and it's like fine, okay? Keep in mind that at this time we have a 3-hour layover until we have to get on the train that will take us to our actual city within Austria, okay? So basically, long story short, my suitcase just doesn't come. It straight up doesn't come. I have to go to like the lost bag help desk like twice, and I'm just like, hey, like, should I just change the time that my train is gonna leave, like this, that, and the third? And they're like, basically, like, I don't know, like it could come out in the next 5 minutes, it could come out in the next like 3 hours. So I was like, okay, fine. And she gave me like a paper where I could fill out a report for like a delayed bag. And so basically I could have it arranged so that my bag could be just delivered to me, which was great because the airport was an hour and a half away from the city that I was staying in. So now we're running to the train because we literally, like, I'm not kidding, we only had 5 minutes to get to the train. So we're running to the train, we're so confused, our tickets aren't matching up with what's on like the board that's saying like when every like train is like coming. It's just not matching up because the thing is, we bought our plane tickets through United, so when we also were able to buy our train tickets through them. So our train tickets looked like boarding passes. So we were asking all these people and everyone was confused because they're like, why does it look like this? Basically, and we're like, we don't know. But we ended up getting on the right train. Thankfully, I don't really know how we ended up doing that because even on the train, people were confused. Like, I mean, I guess you're supposed to be here. And we're like, okay. So again, my roommate, she has 2 suitcases with her. She has 3, and I only have 1 because my other one was delayed. So we're on the train, we're both like really tired because at this time we've been up for like so long. We've been up for like, I think it was like 20 hours. We were up forever. We were both really tired. So when we were getting off the train, my roommate's like, okay, you grab 2 suitcases and I'll grab 2. So I'm like, okay, I got that in my brain. But when I'm getting off the train, for some reason, I just don't see my roommate's other suitcase. So I take my suitcase and she takes 2 suitcases. And then when we got off the train, I was like, oh, like, I think you forgot that my other bag was delayed because you told me to take off 2 suitcases, but I only have 1. And she looks at me and she said, Sarah, did you forget to take my other suitcase off the train? Yes. Oh my goodness, because I thought she just like literally forgot that I didn't have my other suitcase. I forgot at that point that she was taking 3. So at this point, I'm like freaking out and I feel so bad. And I'm like, I'm gonna fix this. I'm gonna fix this. I'm gonna fix this. So I end up filling out a loss report for her bag now. And we ended up going to like the lost and found, like the physical lost and found. But the guy there was so unhelpful. he was the worst. Like, I had to explain later like why that guy was the worst, but he was the worst, okay? So we ended up leaving there, and then after that we ended up going to the wrong location to pick up the key for our dorm. And so we have to take like, we're taking cabs everywhere. And since I don't have like a SIM card, and like I'm not trying to make all these international calls, like I'm asking everyone, hey, can you call a cab for us? It was just a lot. It was just a lot. But let me tell you also what was in my roommate's bag, her suitcase that I left. An Xbox and a projector, and also like basically all of her shoes. She only had one pair of shoes. So I felt like trash. At this point though, like today, we just found out like, no, actually it was yesterday, we just found out we've been here for 6 days, and just yesterday we finally found her bag. So I'm really excited about that, and I was able to get my bag like 3 or so days ago. But that was also a big thing because in that big suitcase that I checked, I had literally like all my clothes. So I ended up having to like borrow my roommate's clothes, because in my small like carry-on bag I had underwear, one sweatshirt, and that was like it. That was literally it, and like some hygiene products, but no other clothes. And also here, like where we went to go wash our clothes, like inside of our building, there was one washer and then just clotheslines. No dryer. So like when I was washing literally the one pair of jeans that I had, they weren't dry by the next day. So then I had to wear my roommate's pants. We're not the same size. We're not the same size. Also here, I would like to add that it isn't so much that we have to hang our clothes on like these lines. It's more so that like it's also like inside, because it rains all the time in Austria. But since we're drying our clothes inside, there's no wind, there's no sun, so everything just takes longer to dry. So it was just a lot, like all these mishaps, and I really wanted to vlog us getting here, but like there was literally too much that was going wrong. Like I didn't want to be that person who's like trying to like vlog everything while my roommate's like freaking out while I'm freaking out. So I just thought it'd be best just to tell you guys everything that happened. But I'm gonna end the video here because I want to make like smaller videos. But I will see you guys in the next one. I hope you liked the beginning, and I hope you're already enjoying how beautiful Austria is. Okay, see you guys in the next one. Bye.